Welcome into the Chiefs Report. I am Harrison Graham. It's time for Chiefs Mock Draft 2.0. The NFL Combine wrapped up this past weekend, and it's a good time to unveil another mock draft before free agency kicks off next week. So we'll go ahead and jump in here. Round 1, pick number 31, and no trades, by the way. Kept it clean here. Zay Flowers, the Boston College wide receiver, still on the board. Kind of hard to know where these receivers are going to go in this NFL draft, but I like Flowers quite a bit. He's a little undersized, but he kind of fits the profile of the type of receivers the Chiefs have liked in the past. Had over 1,000 yards and 12 touchdowns this past season for Boston College. Ran a 4.42 in the NFL Combine as well, and I think he's a guy that would fit in quite well. Now, he kind of fits the profile of a couple players you already have, like Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney, but maybe he helps you replace McCole Hardman as well, and then maybe you bring back Juju to give you some extra size along with MVS. So I like Zay Flowers. I think he'll be a good player in this league. Kind of depends on what they do with Juju if they want to go receiver in round 1. Now, who should the Chiefs draft in the first round? If you could pick any player, even if it's a guy that's going to go top 15, maybe you want to trade up for him, let me know. Who should Kansas City draft in the first round of the 2023 NFL Draft? Round 2, pick number 63, Jaelyn Duncan, the offensive tackle out of Maryland. And I put together this mock draft right before the Orlando Brown stuff came out. And it's interesting, right? Because even if Orlando Brown is a part of this team, and depending on when you're watching this, maybe they've re-signed him already, well, I think he can play right tackle. And as of now, Brown and YaYa are set to hit free agency. So a guy like Jaelyn Duncan, I think, has the versatility to play both spots. He's big. He's powerful. He's about 6'6", 320. I think he could be a good fit and potentially a day one starter at either tackle position. So I think at late second round, pretty good value for Brett Veach and the Chiefs to land a player of Jaelyn Duncan's caliber. So I think this is a pretty good selection here. All right, guys, I have a challenge for all of you. How many Chiefs fans follow the NFL draft, enjoy the NFL draft? Well, prove it to us. We have launched an NFL draft channel here at Chat Sports, youtube.com/chatNFL. Put a bunch of content over there during the NFL Combine, some press conferences. We're going to upload some other videos over there as well, like mock drafts, draft rumors, and so forth. Help us grow that channel so we can do more draft content here at Chat Sports. And if we can do more content over there, that means we can do more content over here on the Chiefs Report also. So youtube.com/chatNFL. Go check it out. It'll be the pinned comment on today's show, so you can click that link and go subscribe over there today. Okay, next up in this mock draft, and I have practiced this young man's name a lot of times. Let's see if I can nail it. Adetomiwa, Adebawore. I think that's it. That's pretty close. I'll give myself an 8 out of 10. The edge out of Northwestern, who had an unbelievable combine. I mean, he tested really well, ran a sub 4.5 at 282 pounds, showed off athletic traits and other drills as well. Now, didn't have the most production in college at Northwestern, but those traits are tough to ignore, and I think you get late on day 2 for a guy like this. He may even go before the 3rd round, so keep an eye out. I got him here at the 95th pick. I think that's pretty good value for Adebawore. Sam LaPorta, the tight end out of Iowa, and I've mentioned to you guys, this is a really, really good tight end class, and I think the Chiefs should heavily consider drafting one. Now, LaPorta is not the top guy, but he's like tight end 4, tight end 5 in this draft, and if he slips to the 4th round, I think that's really good value. The last 2 years at Iowa averaged about 650 yards per season, 4 touchdowns, 111 catches, and that's for a garbage-ass Iowa Hawkeyes offense. Like, if you actually put him with a real quarterback and a real play caller, then I think he could be really good. Iowa has a history of plugging out quality professional tight ends, George Kittle, George Fant, Noah Fant, and also TJ Hawkinson just in recent years. It's a great draft to select a tight end. It really is. Darnell Washington out of Georgia, Michael Mayer out of Notre Dame. You've got Dalton Kincaid out of Utah, Luke Musgrave from Oregon State. It's a really good tight end class. LaPorta's one of these guys as well. I think in the 4th round, the value's tough to ignore. Later in the 4th round, Zacch Pickens, the defensive tackle out of South Carolina. I think middle rounds is proper for him. Has some pass rush ability as an interior rusher. I think he could be like Chris Jones' backup early on in his career as a 3-tech guy, and then maybe he's player who can rotate in at edge as well. I like Pickens as a rotation pass rusher for this defense. Subscribe to the Chiefs Report, Chiefs news, rumors, draft, free agency, and more on an annual basis. Every single day we are publishing a video here on this channel. Here's the best part. 100% free, no charge. Not going to hit you with any subscription cost here. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV. We are the channel for you. Don't miss out on any of our offseason coverage. Next up on this Chiefs mock draft 2.0 from yours truly, Bryce Ford-Wheaton, the West Virginia wide receiver. Get him in the 5th round, number 168 overall. Great size and speed combination. Ran a sub 4.4, 6'4", 220. Had one of the best combines among receivers in terms of athletic traits, for being honest. Now, I don't want to overemphasize the combine because I think we do that already, but put some good tape out there at West Virginia as well. He was a really good player for them. Biggest knock on him, he has untimely drops. That's something that's got to get better. He's got to catch the football better. But he's a good player. I mean, he can get you yak. He's like a poor man's Quentin Johnston, for being honest, in this draft. Gets yards after the catch. He can get downfield, has good size. So I'm a fan of him. I think on day 3 of the draft, it's pretty good value. Round 6, pick number 197. I'm going quarterback. Dorian Thompson-Robinson out of UCLA. I think drafting a backup quarterback to compete with Shane Buechele is pretty likely here. And he had a great fifth-year senior season for UCLA. Completed 70% of his passes, over 3,000 yards. Good TD to interception ratio. He's a really good athlete, too. Rushed for 646 yards and 12 more touchdowns. Plus, he set the record at the NFL Combine for velocity on a pass, 62 miles per hour. He can sling the rock. He's got an absolute cannon for an arm. He's a fun player. Go check out his highlights on YouTube after you watch this video, of course. And tell me what you think. I think he's an interesting player. Tiawan Mullen, the cornerback out of Indiana. I think late on day 3, adding a corner is always a good thing, even though Kansas City's got good depth there. Here's another interesting name. Not just name, but prospect. YaYa Diaby, the edge out of Louisville. Another combine winner. Was kind of off the radar entering the combine, but tested really well. Excellent athlete. Did well in the athleticism drills in Indianapolis. I think he's a day 3 sleeper type. Also has an elite name. So that checks out as well. To get him at pick number 219, I think that's pretty good. Like I said, excellent athlete here. Good testing numbers in Indianapolis. That probably helped the stock. Man, it may be gone before then, but I like what I saw from him in Indianapolis. Now, who is your top NFL draft sleeper? I like Bryce Ford-Wheaton, the receiver out of West Virginia we mentioned just a few moments ago. If you have a name that comes to mind, let me know in the comments. Drop his name down below. All right, 3 7th-round picks here. Bumper pool, elite name. Had some big games in college. A couple years ago against Texas, he had like 20 tackles. Get some linebacker depth there. Tashawn Manning, the guard out of Kentucky. I think drafting an interior lineman later in the draft could make sense. Nick Allegretti's a free agent. Maybe you want to get some depth there. And then Northwestern running back Evan Hull. Good college career, not the best athlete, but as a depth running back, maybe he's RB3 or a practice squad stash. He could make sense as well. All right, let's recap this mock draft here. Chiefs mock draft 2.0. Round 1, pick number 31, Zay Flowers out of Boston College. 63rd pick there in the 2nd round. Offensive tackle Jaelyn Duncan out of Maryland. Edge rusher out of Northwestern, Adetomiwa. I don't think I did it as well. Adetomiwa. I did it better the first time. Adebawore out of Northwestern, the edge. Sam LaPorta, the tight end out of Iowa there in the 4th round. Also Zacch Pickens, the South Carolina defensive tackle in round 4. West Virginia wide receiver Bryce Ford-Wheaton in the 5th round. UCLA quarterback Dorian Thompson-Robinson in round 6. Tiawan Mullen, the corner out of Indiana. And then YaYa Diaby, the edge out of Louisville. And then the 7th round guys we just mentioned, Arkansas linebacker Bumper Pool. Offensive guard out of Kentucky, Tashawn Manning, and then Evan Hull, the Northwestern running back there to round out this Chiefs mock draft. So there you have it. Grade Chiefs mock draft 2.0, A, B, C, D, or F. Get the red pen out. Let me know how I did down in the comments section. Grade this Chiefs mock.